Hello and welcome to today's Crystal Ball stream. So I decided to do today's one as non-members because I don't have too much time, and I thought tomorrow we have a bit more time at around 8 p.m. so we can go ahead and do a members there. We'll have a bit more time for the members basically, and a bit more notice as well. A bit more notice. We do want a bit more notice, so you can make it. Hopefully, make it. And Keith, hello and welcome. Um, Ashish Aswal, hello and welcome. Pooja, hello and welcome. And Sid, hello and welcome. So yeah, so guys, if you are members as well, if you are a member as well, you're very welcome to kind of get in touch about your channeling, because I know we have some. I have the spreadsheet. I'm prepared, but I know that we need to catch up on some channelings, and then of course you'll have this month's channelings as well. So feel free to get in touch about that, and we'll pick up on that. But let's see. So let's get to the questions. So I'm well. I hope you are well. So this is why is my angel O not here? Okay. So they're working a little bit right now with Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, and so it takes a bit of time away to do so. Pooja, how are energies around my third eye chakra? I have been meditating on my third eye for some time now. Okay. The energy here is very, very vibrant. It's very vibrant. I definitely feel like you've had some balancing, which is great. So we need balancing in order to be in our spiritual selves, but also with our not too in the clouds that we're still grounded a little bit. We need balancing more than opening, and it seems like you're getting there, so that's really nice. And Kita, did I create a good PR, bad impression today? So we're asking if you created a bad impression with this today, okay? So I'm guessing a no, although I'm not guessing like super strong, positive, vibrant, like how maybe you would want it to be. But I'm guessing a no on bad, so we're not seeing, you're not, it's not so bad. So guys, hello and welcome if you are new. So my name is Venus, this is Secret Frequencies, and I do readings like this all the time. So today we have crystal ball, if you can see. So we're doing crystal ball readings. So you can ask specific questions for the crystal ball, leave your full name and date of birth if you are new. You don't have to do that, but it helps with accuracy. It helps me to connect with your energy better and get a more accurate answer, you know? But the cards we have today, if you do want cards, we have spellcasting, we have love cards, we have Sufi wisdom, Druid wisdom, and we also have the angel cards of the Seraph Soul angel cards. So you're very welcome to choose an angel as well. So let's see. Sid says, why did my Gorgon arm make a noise with my door today? Okay. So this seems accidental. This seems accidental. Not really trying attention for anything. It's accidental. Guys, if you have not liked the video yet, please do like it. I greatly appreciate being boosted a little bit since dropping down a little bit in the streams. Especially since these streams are quite short at the moment. We are getting long streams. I know I've said that for a while, but we are. So there will be a good stream tomorrow. A good length stream for the members. Ash's thoughts for me today. And for AA. Yeah, we're getting strong positive energies here, so you definitely have been on the mind. That's nice. And Kita, does most of the people in class now know about me? Okay. Yes, I would guess a yes on that. Pooja, why A N's partner was boasting about her successful career and settled personal life in front of me in one of my dreams. She was making me feel low, but till now I haven't gotten any of my lives figured out. Your goal with that, okay. Yeah, so the dream really is, it's the dream is an expression of your own um subconscious kind of jealousy almost, um, if you might put it like that, because um, of course, you know, this person is with the person you want to be with, and whether they have a successful life in other areas or not, you're very connected to the person that you wanted to be with. You're still not like fully healed from that, you know. So there is subconscious jealousy, even if you're not a jealous person, you're not trying to send negative energies to this person or anything like that. It is a natural emotion. It can come up, unfortunately, you know. So yeah, sorry about that. It might be something to work on. Ascending Universal Butterfly. Hello and welcome. It's very nice to see you. AA says, how did Asha feel after talking to me last night? Yeah, the energy feels like I'm getting more comfortable and more confident. That's kind of what comes through with that. Ashish, how am I financed for 2026? Is there any possibility of buying the house we want? Okay. Okay, so yeah, in terms of finance, I do see a little bit of ups and downs, but they're not really bad. You know, it's very small ups and downs, I would say. So it's not overwhelming abundance, but you're not dipping too badly. But I do see the possibility of buying the home is September. So September is coming through. Sid, why did my Gorgon R move my toilet roll on my bed last night? Okay. This was definitely a bit more intentional and purposeful. They are feeling like you might have needed it, and maybe you would have like some emotions or with a cold or anything you may have needed that for. They were kind of trying to be um, kind, trying to be kind in a way, you know. AA says, "What does Asha love about me?" Yeah, so the main thing coming up at the moment is a very kind of physical attractions coming up very strongly. So I do feel like there's a deep connection. I don't feel like it's all shallow, but that's coming through very strongly right now. And Keith asks, how does the people in class consider me as a student? I get a positive energy on this. I feel like in some areas with some people there's a bit of contemplation, thinking about it, but I do feel positive. I don't understand this person why you're posting that so much. So let me just put you in a timeout there. Don't really want to be seeing that, to be honest. Don't know what you mean. Hello, Miss Venus. Ankita, will I get an article shipped soon by when? Okay. I'm guessing March, April time. Miss Venus, just an update for Miss Venus if you're still here. The spell is done. I do need to check on energies for you, I know that still. Pooja, today in my meditation, while focusing on third eye, I have felt I entered into my third eye and it was all black. Was it really happening like how I felt? And if yes, what does it mean? Okay. Yes. So I'm going to say yes on that. And the black is representation of protection, but also of infinity. It's a representation of the vastness of what you can connect with and what you can do with that energy. So that's really nice as well. Master Star, hello, welcome. India, hello, welcome. Yes, I'm from the UK, so that's very nice. We do have some other Indian members, so that's nice. Miss Venus, what are his intentions towards me? We will meet for his birthday when he comes back. So intentions aside from that, okay? Yeah, the I definitely feel like him wanting to instigate picking this, getting the ball rolling, getting some momentum going back to actually meeting and not, you know, not just kind of thinking about it, talking about it, and things like that. So I do feel like a push in that because I feel like he pulled away from that again for a little while. So I'm getting positive energy with wanting to pick up momentum on. the meetings, the physical side of things. So that's nice. And of course, all those positive energies are still there. Lilith with says, can you please say 67? And I know that that's not really what you wanted me to say, but if you go to troll me and trying to get me to say some like TikTok thing, some trend, I thought I would just kind of troll back. 67. Yeah. So Miss Venus, timeline for me meeting my new soulmate, and where is most likely that I'll meet him. Everything's always delayed, so there's a cut-off point. Is there a cut-off point? Okay, okay. So I do feel that the cut-off point. I feel that there's a cut-off point because there's an element of divine timing to it, which it doesn't seem like because a lot of the time divine timing is intentional, purposeful, predetermined, or even if it's not predetermined, even if it's done once we are here, it's still set very strongly on the path like a predetermined event. But the element of divine timing in this is, I think it's divine intervention. I think it's like if you went too far in the wrong path, there would be divine intervention. I feel like the issue with your path right now in your current energies and moving forward a little bit is that you do have a lot of this kind of free flowing free will kind of energy where when you're opening to the multiple opportunities in your akashic path, you're you're in that free will element of choosing one of those paths rather than being pushed through one, if that makes sense. So it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult in that sense because there is too much of a free flowing free will energy to it. But I do feel like there will be a cutoff point eventually where divine timing will divine intervention will step in if it does not happen. I seriously do feel that. So I would say, let me try to gauge it. I feel that, like, a definite on that, but let me try and get an actual date, like time date, you know? Cutoff, I would say July. I would say the end of July. That's really what I'm feeling. I feel like divine intervention will come in more strongly if things are not in place by July. But I do feel like it's this choice option of these different paths, and I feel a little bit like Omar's energy is influence can influence this path, and not in a negative way, not in a negative way, just in a different way, you know. Please like the video if you haven't liked it, because we're all very. It seems like a very quiet stream today. And Keita says this woman hates. So feel like a little element of fault on your side. That does kind of come through, but what it feels like to me is the level of fault doesn't warrant the level of cruelty or judgment on that. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you're being treated too harsh for any kind of fault that you did. So that's what I would say. Pusha, why did I feel sleepy in the middle of the day, even when I had a good amount of sleep the night before? Also, without having midday sleep, I don't have focus in my meditation practices. Yeah, you're definitely being told here like what your body, what your mind, what your spirit needs, because it can be an issue. So, you know, when people, it's like, for example, when people first learn Reiki, sometimes when people first learn Reiki, they expend a lot of their own energy doing it, which that shouldn't really happen. If you do Reiki, you're channeling the universal energies. You shouldn't really be, it shouldn't impact you too much. It still impact you in the sense of like, if you're doing Reiki for 6 hours a day, to if you were doing something similar for 6 hours a day, you know, like it doesn't mean that you won't be impacted at all, but you shouldn't really be extending your energy and feeling like super drained. And when you do feel that, it's a lot of the time in the beginning stages of learning something spiritually, of, you know, because you're not used to, you're extending too much of your own energy, and especially that can happen even when you move forward, even when you're very practiced. it can still happen with astral projection. A lot of the time, if you're astral projecting, doing more like astral things in the night or in the day, whenever, that can still, no matter where, that can still extend your energy. So I hope that helps. Miss Venus, my twin flame has been messaging me randomly late at night. First, this emoji, and then starting conversation. But he was trying to insinuate he wants to cuddle with me in this cold winter. What are twin flames' feelings and true intentions towards me? Does he only want to use me for physical satisfaction? Okay. Okay. So even though there is a deep connection that is, there's a deep connection, but it feels like he's not tapped into it. So it does feel like all of his thoughts and energies and intentions and everything towards you right now feels all in the physical. It's all in that body, not the mind and spirit. So yes, unfortunately, I feel you're correct there. Pooja, what did my guide suggest for reconciling with my cousin? There are some conflicts between our families. Okay. It's definitely about being the bigger person and being very forward. You know, just being very forward that you want to fix this. You know, yeah, being very forward and taking control of the situation. Well, it's one of these situations where you may need to tap into your leadership energies. You know. Ankita, why Jyoti doesn't care when I say she makes me feel alone as she always on the phone when with me. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely more of an issue here than the connection between you two. There's definitely more of like I don't like to say addiction with people, you know, but like a strong compulsion to the phone, and it feels like this is done around a lot of people and not just you. Oh, Ankita, thank you. Yeah, guys, I really appreciate liking the video. So if you are new, I'm Venus. This is Secret Frequencies. We do readings like this all the time. This is Crystal Ball. You can ask specific questions for the Crystal Ball if you are new. Please leave your full name and date of birth with your question. It really helps. And we have cards, spellcasting, love, Sufi wisdom, Druid wisdom, and angels. So you're very welcome to choose a card. I like the title says, this is a short stream, so we don't have too long left. I do apologize about that, but we'll do as long as I possibly can. Miss Venus, I just went along with the chat and casually dodged his multiple flirting attempts to convince me to get warm and cozy with him again. What does he think about my responses? Okay. So there's definitely a feeling that you're not resonating. There's definitely a feeling like you're not quite on that page with him, but there's a hope. There's still a hope there. And Kita, does Mega think of me anymore? Yes, I guess a yes on that. Doesn't it feel super frequent, but it does feel it's frequent enough, you know? It's definitely not infrequent, I should say, you know? Pooja saw the stream where some alien entities surrounded during a family gathering. Had a negative feeling watching them. What was it about? Okay. Yeah, so this is definitely about the difference in the connection with some of the family members. So some of the family members do seem to have negative attachments or have worked in some way with negative beings. I don't feel like it's purposeful. Like I don't feel like it's someone doing dark magic or purposely connecting with dark entities. It doesn't feel that way. It feels kind of like they are taken over a little bit when they're in lower energies or low vibrations. So it's kind of a battle because some of you are connected to very positive forces. There's some negative forces as well, trying to you know, have conflicts there basically. Miss Venus, does my twin flame have other go-to women that he approaches when he feels like he wants adult cuddles? He is talking to someone else, or is it just me that he wants to reconnect with genuinely? Okay. So So I do feel like there's other people. I feel like there's other people kind of in the mind, but it definitely feels like it's only you at this moment in this current energy. It does feel like only you. Atom, hello and welcome from London. Hello and welcome. Ankita, what April I'll miss a term then. Oh no. Will I make some close friends in class and who it can be? Close friends, okay. So I'm just thinking yes. It feels like two females who are already friends together. Um, Kareem, hello and welcome. Anya, hello and welcome. Annabelle, will I get this promised salary from Sandil? I don't know how I'm saying it, but I will ask the question for you. Annabelle, Shaw, I'm not sure how to say that. I'm sorry, but I'll check. So I'm guessing a yes on that. So best of luck for you there. Kieran says lyric, feelings, and intentions for me. I feel very positive. Like it's really positive. Like wanting you to do well. But I do feel very platonic energy with that. Pooja, any suggestions my guides have for my career and work path? Okay. So I'm getting a strong energy of continuing to focus with the spiritual path because that's going to lead you to opportunities and doors opening when you're on that right path. Sometimes even, we focus strongly on one path, like a spiritual path, a relationship path, anything, and it can still open the doors to other paths. We don't really notice it, we don't really realize it, at the time. Jan says, please space out questions. Thank you. It's nice to see you. Kieran, oh, that's fine. I thought you only put two, so yeah, don't worry about that. And Kita, does my dad know I passed the exam? I guess a yes on that. Shannon says, was the argument that caused Caden to distance from her for 2 weeks over her being jealous and joining the call during work to stalk him just because another girl was there the 20th? I, I do feel it's this kind of energy. There is that kind of jealous energy coming up. Curious is a laundry of feelings and intentions for me. Yeah, but still say positive. This feels pretty similar. It's a very kind of friendship, positive energy, like wanting you to do well, caring about you. Ankita, how will be my career and money once I become CA? So I'm guessing a very comfortable and stable energy. Very comfortable and stable. Kieran, what's going between my friend Alondra and her boyfriend? Please and thank you. I get a positive energy, like there's a bit of smoothness and positivity at the moment. Jan says, is he still talking to that gal that Emma was upset about? Did Em think I was that gal? Yeah, there's definitely still contact, but no, she knew the gal. Kieran, why are spirits showing me signs? What do they want to say to me via those signs? Okay. There's definitely a message of like wanting you to look a bit more closely and wanting you to pick up a little bit more for yourself. So, like I always say, when we're getting these signs, guys, please make note. Where were you? What were you doing? What were you thinking about? You need to make note of these things because the guides, it's clearer than you think when you really look into it. Then hello and welcome. Nice to see you in here. Um, Zale Singh. I'm so sorry if I pronounced these things wrong. Lou Owen. Hello and welcome. I'm well. I hope you are well. Pooja says love card, of course. Love card. Let's go. Express your love. So you have go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So yeah, don't be scared. Don't be shy. Flirt. Extend your energy. Um, I wouldn't say be too forward, but let them know. Kieran, what kind of person LJ is? I am not able to understand him. Okay. So I do feel like there's kind of a neutral energy here. It's almost like, when we're looking, it's easy to say like someone's a good person or someone's a bad person, but there is definitely complexity in people. I do feel more of like a neutral energy with this person, but I do also feel a kind of awareness to work on themselves and wanting to improve and work on themselves. So I would say good for the most part, if we're aware and we're trying, or even we really have intention to try, that's great. And Kita sees 20 people on live, so 20 likes, please. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I do get some readings. I do really appreciate it. I haven't been on for a while. I'm doing shorter streams right now, so it does mean a lot. But yeah, a longer member stream tomorrow, guys. So if you're a member, um, check your conversion for 8 p.m. GMT, and we will do a longer stream. Love card for Kieran, yeah. So we have wedding. The situation involves marriage. When we get wedding, of course, it can always depend on your situation where you are at the moment. If you are single, you can meet someone. If you've met someone, you could get into an official relationship. If you're in a relationship, you could get engaged. If you're engaged, you might start to plan that wedding. And if you are married, then you could just be deepening your connection even more, which is very nice. Or working through some issues if there's been issues. But yeah, it can always be a situation, a connection that does lead to marriage eventually. Jan says, is Caden realising that M will be extremely jealous and pushy? Did that argument get resolved, or has it dampened their connection in terms of him realising her arm's length is best? I feel that. I do feel that because the thing is, it's like, um, the recognition of the being a bit jealous and a bit pushy has always been there. I do feel it's something that impacts the connection. Um, that impacts the connection. Um, dampens those feelings where it gets to a point where he's kind of willing for it to be more romantic. I do feel he can pull back on that, and I already have felt that, so I would just say that without checking. But yeah, I do feel that. Thank you, Jan. I appreciate that. So, specific questions for the crystal ball, but you're very welcome to choose the card, of course. So, we have the spellcasting, the love, the Sufi wisdom, the druid wisdom, and the angel. Of course, we have the Seraph Soul Angel cards as well. So, unfortunately, I really do not have much more time. I do have to jump off pretty soon. Maybe like 5-10 minutes more. So yeah, I apologise for that. So Kieran, my friend Jan shares feelings and intentions for me. Okay. Yeah, this feels quite supportive. There's a bit of a distance. Like maybe this is someone who would kind of get their head down and focus on their own life. But there's also a support, like if you really needed a shoulder to cry on, I do feel positive about this person. Anke Haven says, what is blocking my spiritual business from being abundant? Okay, so something blocking the spiritual business from being abundant, okay? Yeah, so I'm definitely feeling opportunities of being abundant. Some things that are coming through are different approaches. So taking different approaches. So it's kind of interesting because it does resonate with my spiritual business, of course. My spiritual business, I feel like mine is a little bit more independent and small because I don't really sell much and I'm um, very just online. But when I did begin my business, I know I've spoken about this a few times on the stream, guys, so I do apologise. But when I first started this business, I had a job I really hated. I did try to do like physical business at first, where I was doing Reiki and massage and things like that, and it really did not go anywhere. And I didn't really know how to advertise myself and things like that. And then I kind of had to scrap that for a little bit and continue with my job until COVID. I just kind of thought I would do something like this online, like a little bit of extra money, maybe a couple of £100 a month. And it just began to take off, and I started to make a lot more money than my job. So of course, eventually did this full time. And I think the thing with that is it's taking that different approach. Where at first I was very in person to being totally online. It's like these different approaches that we can take. But I'm specifically feeling like, although I do feel a strong online draw with you as well, which is I feel like it's just common now. I feel like it's just kind of like, I love in-person things. I've really enjoyed doing much more in-person things lately, but I do feel sometimes like they can be less, people aren't as bothered with them, and they're not quite as, I feel like not quite as busy. People aren't quite as drawn to them. I just feel that way. I don't know if you agree. But I am getting like a strong draw to online things, but I'm also getting a strong draw to taking lead a lot of the time. So being more in control of certain things. So that could be, whatever that is, like your own events, like which I'm sure you have done, your own events. But it can also be looking at the more lucrative places to do those events, or the more lucrative types of events. I'm feeling like it's very much about gravitating to specific types of events that you're in control of, and then more online is really coming through. With online as well, I feel like sometimes we have to master a different platform. Like for me, I feel like I could grow abundantly if I mastered TikTok, but it's so difficult for me. I would probably need like a younger person. I'm too old, I think, to master it. But it could be great. That could be great for you. Maybe you're good at it where I'm not. So yeah, I feel like different avenues online, and really taking that lead with more events. So whatever you've seen working for other people, or what's worked for you in the past, I feel like gravitating more to that. I feel as well like sorry to go on quite along with this, but I feel also like I would really love like my lucid dreaming events because it's something I'm passionate about. But for me, I found it was so niche that you couldn't make that much. I couldn't anyway. I've seen some people who do lucid dreaming online and they do really well. Maybe they have the market, but for me, it just didn't really work. Even though I love doing it. So yeah, sometimes it's just more about um shifting a little bit more away from your niche desires and passions yourself. And I mean, I'm still passionate about what I'm doing now, but you know what I mean. I kind of had to shift from that and do something a bit broader, if that makes sense. So I hope that makes sense. If you have if you have any other questions regarding it, that maybe you want me to delve into a little bit more, then you're very welcome to post that as well, of course. Firebird says, "Hi Venus, I didn't get picked for temp promotion. Oh no, I'm so sorry to read that. I'm really sorry to read that. So what happened? What happened and why? By all, what happened and why? With this? You mean with the? Oh, okay. I think I understand. Yeah, there's still something going on here that's not right, if we must say. Kind of like a favoritism, um, this person influencing the results and what's chosen, what's looked at. So I do feel that. I'm really sorry, and I'm very well. I hope you are well. Scorpio, current thoughts and feelings for you. Okay. So the care and attraction is definitely there, but it's very small. It's very kind of suppressed, pushed in, pushed down, suppressed. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. Definitely feels like there's distractions and other focuses taking over from that. Jan says, "Is this new girl another path for Caden, or is she going to be the catalyst to push Caden away from due to her being over jealous?" Yeah, I'm not feeling like it's a path like that he's. I feel like for him it's more platonic, but she's not seeing it that way. I don't feel like it's a path for him, to be honest. Kieran, what's going on between Lyric and her boyfriend LJ? Please and thank you. Okay. There's some little things to work through. There's some little struggles there, but I feel like it's mostly positive. I don't feel like there's anything too difficult there. Firebird, why did Scorpio and Miss W have a big bust up and as he stopped talking to her all week? Okay. There's a level of being a little bit too controlling and him trying to pull away from that. Let's see. So guys, we really don't have long left. So I'm going to Mazzy, hello and welcome. So I'm going to scroll down, do a few, like I always do, a few questions for anyone who's new in or has not had a question answered yet. So again, apologies for the short stream today, but we are picking up. We're getting the ball rolling back with it. So tomorrow, a longer members stream. I can't speak. I need a drink. Um, a longer member stream um, tomorrow at 8 p.m. GMT. I'm pretty sure we will do that time. I will post if I have any updates, but I hope you can make that. So Mazzy, Sister Ronaldo wants to move in with me. Move in with you, okay? I feel like it's definitely been a thought. I would definitely say it's like a possibility for the future in his mind. Let's see. You're welcome, of course. Shiva, hello. Swathi, hello and welcome. Um, Thank you. I appreciate the compliments as well. Yeah, it's great to see some people back and new people. Anka Haven, very nice to see you and very nice to have you here. Um, I hope I can connect with you soon as well. Um, but yeah, thank you, Swathi. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see. Did you ask a question? Is Darshan meeting Swathi and marrying? Thoughts of him? Should I move on? Okay. Although I do sense a possibility here because there is, there's a level of a connection here. It does look like a lesser prominent path. It does look like you have a bigger opportunity, a better opportunity in terms of, when we think of abundance, we want the highest abundant monetary opportunity, but we also want the highest abundant love opportunity. We want to go to that place where we're really going to be supported, comforted, and loved, which feels like you have a different path to that. So, guys, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. If you are new, it's been lovely to meet you. If you are a member, don't forget, I keep saying it, but I hope that you all have all heard me. I will do a post about it as well. But tomorrow, 8 p.m. GMT. So if you have not liked the video, please do like it. I greatly appreciate that. Really appreciating some support and some boosting at the moment with the shorter streams and not being on for as often. But like I said, going to pick that up, have a member stream tomorrow, and it's been lovely to see you. I'm really sorry if I only got to do one of your questions. I'm really sorry about that. CJ says today is my birthday. What do I do? Well, I don't know what you mean by what you do, but I will pull you a card if you like. So let's do your Druid Wisdom for you for your birthday. This is for CJ. You have Druid Circle. Druid Circle. It says, old stones hold secrets better than past lovers could. Whisper your dreams to the standing stones, and those wishes will come true. Place pink opal by the bed for calm and peace. So pink opal, and also stone circles, standing stones. Which, yeah, I always try to visit the sacred sites and the standing stones as well. So it's been lovely to see you guys. So love, light, and blessings. I hope I can catch as many members as possible tomorrow. So I will schedule that now. Love, light, and I'll schedule it on the homepage. So love, light, and blessings to each of you. I really hope to see you soon.